Last week, we were talking about money, okay? And I told you people that there's a twist in it. A lot of you got it correct. Some of you thought there was something wrong with the video. It's not that. Judas got 30 pieces of silver. He did not get 40 pieces of silver. That is the twist I was talking to you about last week. I hope you found out the answer for it, and I'm happy if you did. Thank God for that. Let me tell you a story about myself, okay? From when I was a small kid till the man that I am today, I am trying to find myself. I think a lot of people like you are also trying to find yourself. When you try to find yourself, you go into many schemes. You think this is the way I have to go. You think if you go behind people, if you go behind money, if you go behind fame, you can find who you are. But that won't find who you are. When you try to find yourself, God is here, people. You keep going away from Him gradually because you're trying to find your own path. You're trying to find your own life. And when there is a gap between you and God, problems arise. Enemies come in between. So, when you're in the path of finding yourself, finding who you are, what is your purpose, the gap between you and Christ increases and the problems keep coming. As the problems keep coming, going up and up and up, you will not find who you are. It will start going down. Do you want it to go down? Do you want to find who you are today? Do you want to leave the enemies that you face in this life? This devotion is for you. Do not create a gap between you and God, people. That is when the enemies will come in and it will arise. The enemies might be many things. It might be addiction. It might be sin. It might be people. It might be anger even. These might be your enemies. And these enemies might be trying to block the way that you have in your life. Look above this. If you want to leave this, if you want to identify who you are, why God has put me in this life for a purpose, then this devotion is for you. When people have an identity crisis, they also have a problem where they cannot find out what they are facing, the enemies that they are facing. Are you having this identity crisis? And because of this identity crisis, I have even strayed away from the path. Are you straying away from the path? Is my question for you today. Because Satan and the other types of enemies that you face in your life are lurking beside you. You need to find out what they are. If you can see in this Bible verse, in Psalms chapter 56, verse 5 to 7, it talks about the enemies. David wrote this, people. All day long, they twist my words. All their schemes are for my ruin. They conspire, they lurk, they watch my steps, hoping to take my life. Because of their wickedness, do not let them escape in your anger. God, bring down the nations. David faces enemies at this point of his life. The enemies want to take his life. They want to see whatever step he is walking to. Because David is going to be a man of God at that time. And when he was trying to be this man of God, through that time, he faced many problems. He faced many enemies. So I am asking you today, are you facing many problems? Are you facing many enemies? Do you want to get free from them? I think yes, because I want to get free from my problems. I want to get free from my enemies. I need to know who I am for me to survive in this life. But it all comes down to this question, people. We are made in God's image. And to know ourselves is to look unto God. Are you ready to look unto God? Are you ready to know yourself? Because if you don't know yourself, you'll keep constantly searching. Do you want to keep searching? You keep searching and get more problems in life. I don't think that's a good idea. It is time to look up. It is time to be free. Like how David wanted God to bring his anger upon the people that were trying to be his enemies, that were trying to take out his life. I want you too to do the same thing again. If the enemies are a question, if knowing yourself is a question, then this Bible verse is for you. This is the last Bible verse. Proverbs chapter 16, verse 7 says this: when we face enemies, when we don't know who we are, this is the peace for us. When a man's way please the Lord, he makes even his enemies to be at peace with him. Are our ways pleasing the Lord? When our ways are pleasing the Lord, then we will start to know ourselves. When we start to know ourselves, the enemies that we face in life, it might be problems, it might be addiction, it might be tension, even a sin, those are enemies. But we don't have to face them anymore again, because we are in the way of the Lord, and the enemies will be in peace with us, because God gave us that commandment. Do you want to be peaceful in your life? Do you want to find out who you are? Do you not want to face enemies anymore in your life? Then look unto God. If you are in accordance with God, if His peace is among you and you will do His will in your life, that is when these enemies will fade away. That is when you will have the ultimate freedom that you are looking for. Don't go around looking for adversities. Don't go around looking for problems. Don't go around searching for yourself. That is the very baddest thing you can do. Rather, search for God. Look unto God and find a way from Him so that it can happen in your life. I hope this devotion has helped you people. I hope you can see the enemies that you have in this life and how you can avoid them in the future. There are many. You will also have a question of who you are. You will also have a question is what my purpose is in this world. Yes, I have that questions also. But through time, I believe God can open it up for us. And I thank all of you trying to find yourself to be a better person in God. Thank you. Praise the Lord.